Hello, and thank you guys for coming to my podcast. I really appreciate you being here. Why don't we start off with some introductions, starting with Brandon.
I'm Brandon, and I go to welding school currently.
And Tasha.
I'm Tasha. I graduated from welding school in May, and I currently work at a job in Chicago welding.
Welcome to Youngordumbpod. My name's Marianna, and I'm interested in learning a variety of topics. But the thing is, I'm not much of a reader. Join me as I interview a mix of people in different careers or topics to see if I'm just new to adulting and haven't learned this stuff yet, or if I should have known this information already. Perfect. So I'm very excited to have two of you guys on the podcast to bounce your ideas and your experiences off of each other. So thank you for being here, and we'll just jump right into it. So I know that Brandon, you're in school right now, but Tasha, you have a job as a welder. So why don't you go ahead and say what your job responsibilities are, and then Brandon, if you want to jump in saying, oh, I didn't know that, or I thought it was like this, and just yeah.
So the specifics for my job?
Yeah.
Okay, so
what you do on a daily basis?
So I work on industrial size kitchen mixers and dispersion equipment. So I do the tinier parts.
Question, what is dispersioning?
Dispersion.
Dispersion. What is that?
That's a good question. I know what it looks like. I don't really know what it does. So my company, Tajín, the spice, that's the most known company that we represent, or we give machines to.
Okay.
For them to mix their spicing.
Interesting.
So that's it's a little
fancy.
Real world aspect. But I work on the smaller parts. That's what I started off doing, was TIG with the blades or stuff like that. But now I'm working on more of the heads of the machines.
Yeah.
So I weld and then grind down the welds to make it super smooth. And make it look like one piece of metal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Brandon, in school, are you working on, are you learning how to make a certain thing, or everything? Is that how it works?
No, you don't learn everything all at once. Right now, I just got off of pipe, so now I'm doing TIG. Okay. It was stick pipe. It was a 6G, all the 5Gs. 1G, all those.
What are G's?
The positions you learn how to do piping.
Interesting. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
You understood him? That was actually one of my questions. How well do you think schooling prepared you for your job?
I feel like schooling prepared me for the welding aspect, how to do the basic welding or stuff like that. But in school, you mostly focus on a piece of pipe or a plate. But in the real world, you got for me personally, I have a machine to work on, or I have a little blade, and you gotta put into factor heat distortion or other things like that. So definitely prepares you for the welding aspect. For the other things, you kind of learn as you go.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted? Did you know that you wanted to work on mixer? Is that your goal?
Yeah, that was my dream job right there. I was 5 years old, right in my kindergarten book.
Okay, so it was just a place you got a job at.
Yes.
Okay.
And one of the companies that was paying the highest, and I really liked, they really value work and personal life.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance.
There you go. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Would you be interested in working at her company, or you don't want to work with mixers?
I mean, yeah, if they paid, yeah.
We're not hiring.
Oh, just kidding. They don't want you.
That's fine.
We're always hiring. I'll give you a job application.
Good to know.
So, you talked about being in school, and you've also graduated. So, can you talk about your experience right now while you're in school? How has that been? Are you still excited to get into the career?
Yes, I'm excited to start working because you can make a lot of money welding.
That is true. I've heard that.
Yes.
So it's just money based.
Yes.
You didn't want to be welding things as a younger kid and find it
I did not
fascinating.
Have that. No. I found it fascinating when I first started because it was very interesting.
Now it's not interesting anymore?
No, it's still interesting. But there's money now.
So how long has your schooling How long is it total?
9 months total.
How long have you been in it?
7.5 months.
Okay. How did you choose which school? Did you look into different schools?
There was 2 or 3 schools, really, that were just kind of in the area.
You
And-
didn't want to go to like Kentucky for welding school?
No, it didn't seem worth it to go to Kentucky.
Wanted to
You can
stay in
weld
Illinois.
anywhere. Yeah.
I get you. Okay.
You can weld anywhere. You don't have to go to Kentucky to weld.
Very nice. And so was it just like one program that you can do, or were there different ones that led to
there's
different things?
programs. The first program, there was like a 102 program. It was TIG, MIG, and flux core. And you learn, and stick. You learn all those. And then the 103 is what I'm doing. You learn TIG, stick, pipe, stick plate, and that's it.
So those lead to different jobs. Like you have like,
They're similar, but yeah, kind of.
okay. What schooling, did you have the same thing where it was different categories of what you could learn to use? Or
Mine was 7 months. Everyone went through a 7-month program, or if it was like night class, it would be 12 months because it was shorter. But my school was kind of different. There was 4 sections that everyone was required to go through. There's no like extra sections too, and the 4 sections were like plasma cutting and oxy-fuel cutting, and then stick, TIG, MIG, and TIG. So those were all mandatory.
TIG keeps being repeated. What is TIG?
Tungsten, something welding. TIG, I don't know. Tungsten something.
Is it like a type of
It's
metal?
a type of welding.
Oh, it's a type of welding.
Yeah.
So what is made with TIG welding?
So
Like what's an example of something? Am I saying it right? I don't know.
That's a very general question.
But so what would be made with TIG?
So like the different types of welding, what they
Yeah.
like, what would be best for them.
Yeah.
So there's 3 main types of welding: stick, MIG, and TIG. Stick is like the old school kind of welding. You have electrodes and you put it into the electrode holder and you kind of just weld and you go through that process.
Yeah.
Yeah. MIG is the more known one, which is like the gun where you just pull it. Where
Okay.
you
It's
just
a
pull
trigger.
the trigger.
You pull the trigger and it's gonna go itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do like any of the processes on any kind of metal.
Most
Yeah.
metals, yeah, but they'll react differently to each metal.
Oh, so you learned that in school.
Yeah.
So would you say like school is very hands-on, or are there times where you need to like read a book or like
Everything
you're
for me
taking
is hands
tests?
on. I'm in class maybe like once every 3-4 weeks, and we take a test. We take like 4 or 5 tests, and then we go back out to weld.
in a day?
Yeah.
You had to like read something, or you're
Yeah,
just like
we
off
go
of...
over, like there's probably like 4 or 5 people in the class, and then one teacher goes over like the book, we read the chapter, and then we take the test. And then we do
Are
the
you
next
passing?
thing. Yeah.
Was that how yours was too?
It kind of was like that, yeah. We had a day each week in the classroom, but that would be for like 2 hours. Except for at the beginning of the whole school, we had 2 weeks in the classroom for safety.
Oh, we had like 1 day for safety.
Oh,
And
that's
then we
safe.
started doing everything.
He has set on fire, right?
Oh yeah, my boots don't have shoelaces because they caught
Anymore?
on fire when I was welding, and they just haven't stayed on, so I just took them off.
Have you caught on fire?
I have caught on fire because of oxy-fuel cutting at work. Something was wrong with the hose, so it kind of made me catch on fire. But that's
Where
just
at? Where were you on fire?
my jacket,
Oh,
my mom's sweatshirt to be exact. I caught on fire 3 times.
3 times.
2 times with this oxy-fuel cutting. And then 1 time just MIG welding in a tube where I had to stick my hand in and my sleeve caught on fire. But, what was I?
Oh no, maybe you needed more than 2 weeks of training. 3 times being caught on
2
fire.
times wasn't my fault. That's what I was going at.
Okay. Sure, it wasn't your fault, Tasha. So, do you guys have like a dress code that you have to like follow since you can catch on fire?
Yeah, you have to be wearing like certain protective gear. Yeah, like a face shield or like a hood. It has to have like some type of lens to protect your eyes because it's gonna hurt your eyes looking at like the UV lights and everything. Mm-hmm. And then you need boots. You don't need steel toe boots, but you need like electric boots, kind of, so you don't get electrocuted or anything. Or you need jeans, nothing that's really gonna catch on fire, cotton, stuff like that.
Jeans don't catch on fire?
They're less likely to catch on fire. Leather is better, but I don't
You
have
don't want to
leather.
show up in leather pants. Do you wear leather pants to work?
I do not, unfortunately.
Do you have a dress code there, or is it kind of the same thing?
It's like the same thing. We do have uniforms. If you would like to buy them, some people don't. So I just wear jeans and a sweatshirt and my fire-resistant coat now.
Yeah.
You live and you learn.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
I have found, welding, you want to wear like gloves and stuff. Or like, have you ever had your sleeve like kind of showing
yeah.
and then you get burned?
Oh yeah, I've
Like
had
it's
that
a
several times.
sunburn. Basically, just like
Yeah.
happens faster. But one time I had to go into this pipe and my welding helmet didn't fit. So what do? Close my eyes and weld. Sunburn all over my face.
What do you mean you closed your eye? How do you know where you're supposed to be
Because
going?
it was a fillet weld, so it was like this. So you just feel the two edges and you just kind of go.
So you closed your eyes.
Close your eyes and go.
If it works, it works.
It worked, except for I should have wore like a bandana or something.
Did it hurt? Like,
It
does
was
it
like a
hurt while
sunburn.
it's happening?
Well, it's happening. No,
It's just a little
It's just
warm.
after you look at your face and it was red.
it's red, and then it kind of burns, and then it like itches. But it
Did you ever
wasn't
do
too bad.
that again?
I did have to. I had to do.
You did it again. Okay.
But
It wasn't too bad the first time.
after that, I took my lens out of my welding helmet and just had the lens up, so I kind of protected my face better.
So wait,
That's
you
better.
said your helmet didn't fit you. Why didn't it fit?
didn't fit into the tube I was working in.
Oh,
I had to
okay.
climb in to weld something in it.
You work with blenders.
Yeah,
Machines.
but it's big machine. I had to climb into the machine.
That is crazy. Okay. So, after you graduate and since you've graduated, you just have the position of like a welder. Is there like ways, are there other positions you can have with like your degree? Is it like a certificate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Can you only become a welder with your certificate?
No. Like, you can join a union and be like an electrical union. You can still join a union with that. They'll look for that. They want that.
Okay, so you can get other jobs. It's not just specifically being
Yeah.
a welder. Do you want to be a welder or are you open to anything?
Anything.
Whatever pays the best.
Whatever pays the best.
Don't say that in interviews. You want to sound excited about the job you're applying for.
Obviously, this is not a job interview.
This is not a job interview. I cannot give you a job interview.
Do you want to go union?
I don't know. Probably, maybe eventually, because they make good money.
Are you
Not right
union?
away.
I am not union.
Do you want to eventually?
Not really.
Why?
It's just a lot
It is a lot.
being in a union because it's mandatory overtime sometimes, and then you're
It's so
working
much
a
money.
lot.
That's
It
the only
is a lot
thing.
of money.
It's money.
It is.
That's the only argument they have is the money.
Yeah.
The money
Yeah,
and the
but-
benefits they have are really good.
They are.
Isn't it that they fight for you to make more money though?
No, that's not even it. Like, they're gonna pay you plenty. Like, by year 5, you'd make like $52 an hour, and have full benefits, like all health, dental, everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you don't think it's really worth it?
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It's like,
You'd have to be there like 30 minutes early everywhere you go, and like the places
For
you
what?
have for like any workspace, any work job you have, and then, like, they could be 2 hours apart, and you got to be like 30 minutes early. Everywhere
To
you
what?
go.
Fill out paperwork or just be
no,
there?
like to be there.
welding is like very important to be on time. I used to work
Yeah,
at the operating
I get that.
engineer union for just a summer, but I had to be 15 minutes early every day. But the thing is, they wouldn't pay me for that 15 minutes. So I was
that's
like, the
horrible.
fuck? Why am I coming in?
Hell no.
But why? What are you doing that 15 minutes early?
I don't know.
Like just getting dressed? Is that
Yeah.
time for you to get dressed and the correct stuff or
Yeah, just be prepared to start on time. But also, some places want you to start before the time. So it's like, why give me a time to start? I'm not going to follow it.
Okay, that makes no sense. But I guess that's what you gotta do. So you show up early for no reason and then they want you to start working but not pay you until the start time, is what you're
See,
saying.
that's why I like my job, because they don't require me to come in early.
That's
You
good.
could just show up when you're supposed to be
When I'm
there.
supposed to be there. Sometimes I come in like 10 minutes, sleep in my car, and then go in exactly at the time it
See,
starts.
You
That's
sleep
a
in
good
your car
job.
for just 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's a nice little nap.
What time do you start work?
I start at 7:30, so it's not that early, but it is.
I mean, I start at 8, but so I'm later than you.
Yeah, it's tiring. I'm not a morning person.
See, I'm sitting all day. You're probably standing, so
Yeah.
that's the difference. Yeah.
I need my little nap.
So do you think? Would you say that your job or your company are you working on a team or are you like very like individual working by yourself?
It is You're talking about just welding, because like for the machines,
Yeah, like your project that you're working on.
yeah, it goes through like the water jet, where they cut out the parts and then they get sent to welding, where we weld the parts together, and then get sent to machine shop, which drill holes in it, and then it gets sometimes sent back to welding to weld something else onto it. Then it gets sent to like paint. Then it gets sent to like assembly to assemble the whole machine together.
Okay. So it is team based, but you're personally working on your welding part by yourself?
Yes, yeah. Although I am kind of being trained by this older guy, so I can do his job. So I've been like working with him, but he kind of just like sits there and watches me, and then he has anger issues too. Oh, that's a whole nother story.
Okay. In school, are you working with teams or are you doing things by yourself?
No, you're pretty much just alone in the booth. Like, you can go talk to people and ask anyone, but like you're pretty much just in the booth. So that's pretty much where you work, is in the booth alone.
And do you like that? Do both of you guys like that, being by yourself?
I like that. I could put headphones in and just work.
Yeah, that was my next question. Can you listen to music? 'Cause I
Yeah.
feel like being alone all day, like, that might get annoying if you can't listen to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice because I'm not a very social person, so it's nice like being by myself. But then when I do feel social, it's nice to go bother people, you know, because I
Yeah.
can walk around freely.
Is it, like, strict?
My place of work is not. They're super flexible with
Okay.
everything.
That's nice. So when you do want to be social, you can just...
I can just go.
Yeah.
Be social.
Are there people, like, your age? Like, I'll say young 20s.
The next is probably like 26. And then everyone else above is like 30, 40. Which, my work bestie at work, he's 40 years old, has kids and everything. But I was talking to my sister, Alana, about it. And I was just like telling her his story. And then she's like, oh, that's so fun. And then I mentioned his kid. And she's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, he's 43. But yeah,
It'll be like that
older.
though, because
Yeah,
that's
I
like
do.
kind of at my work too. Like there's young people, but I feel like everyone who looks young, they have kids, and then it's like, well, how are we supposed to hang out? Because like on Friday nights, you're not trying to go out. You're trying to like hang out with your kids,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it's
whole
rough.
family to take
I
care
know.
of.
So you're just always busy. Like,
I know. Let me look. So, what kind of equipment do you guys use? So, like, you had the 3 main kinds of welding. Which one do you guys use? Which one are you using at your work?
My work uses all 3. I focus on MIG and TIG.
What is the equipment like for TIG?
TIG, you have a filler metal. You hold it in your left hand, and then you have the little gun thing. You hold it in your right hand to heat up the filler metal to put it on. And then you also have a foot pedal that you control the heat and the amperage with. So it's a pretty complicated setup.
So is it like the gun in your right hand, and then it's like a backpack, and then it's connected to the foot pedal?
what?
What does that look like?
No,
Did
there's
she
no
say anything
backpack.
about a
It's
backpack?
connected.
But she said a gun. Does it have like a string to the ground?
No, it's a machine.
A big machine.
Big
Yeah.
machine.
Oh, so you can't like travel with it.
No.
Oh, some machines.
I mean,
like if you
you
buy
can,
a
I
travel
guess,
machine.
yeah.
But it's not going to be
Usually,
like
no, it's
you
not
can hold
mobile
it
like
on your
that.
back.
Oh, okay.
It's a big machine.
So it's
Yeah.
not traveling.
No.
So it's not something I can go buy.
I mean,
Oh,
you can
you
go
can.
buy it and you can set it up and it's going to stay in one spot. It's like a TV. Like, you can put a TV in one spot, you can work in that one spot. You can move it if you want, but it's hard to move it. Like,
Do you feel like a lot of people buy these machines to have them at home?
if you have like a business, yeah.
Or I'd say like farmers,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm.
But
But it's not like a drill where just a bunch of people have them.
No, not like a big machine. Some other machines, yeah, I could see. For like working on cars and stuff, yeah. I know people that work on do that.
See, I'm thinking it's like, you know how like Ghostbusters, they have the thing and then they have the backpack that hides all the ghosts in it? I'm thinking it looks like that. You're saying that's not it?
It's not that.
Okay. Interesting. So you have that. What do you use? What was the other one? MIG? What's that? What does that look like?
MIG is the gun where you just push the trigger, but you have a spool of wire that it feeds through the gun to use. So it kind of just has a big spool of wire.
And you have to hold it, or you have to stay close
it's in
by
the
a
machine.
It's in the machine.
There's no backpacks at all.
There are no backpacks.
You're not really carrying it.
I don't think I've ever worn a backpack at my job.
Okay. I'm thinking there's some kind of backpack.
No backpack.
So you have to like bring the machine, so like when you're making the blenders, you have to bring that to the machine. But you said it's big and you can fit inside of it.
She would bring just like the wire. That's pretty much
the gun and the wire.
No, the gun's gonna be attached to the machine.
But you have to bring it to the blender.
Yes.
Yeah. The mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Same thing.
The machines I work on, we just take the forklift and we like move it over to my area.
Yeah, that's one of my questions. How heavy is the stuff you guys are working with?
It's pretty heavy. Oh, you want to feel a bump on my shin? Okay.
Not really.
Here, feel this. Feel it.
Oh, that's nice.
You want to feel it too? He's gonna like. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. I used a crane to pick something up, but the crane that is by my workstation is broken. They fixed it after this. But
after you got hurt.
This piece of metal, I would say it's like 50, 70 pounds. It's just like a plate. I had it resting on something, and then the crane just started swinging, and it swung full force into my shin. So,
I mean, if that's all that happened, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't break my shin.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, the moral of the story is stuff is heavy.
Did they teach you how to use the crane and the forklift?
Yeah.
I didn't get taught any of that.
Yeah.
You have to use them at school?
No. But
Well, then why would they... Why would they teach you if you don't have to use them? So what kind of metal are you working with? They're like, you can pick them up?
They're just like rods, yeah. We use this like filler rods and 60-10 rods. 70-18
How big
rods.
is that?
This probably, no, like this.
What, like a ruler?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah. You need like a bunch of those to weld.
Yeah.
Because that's the metal that goes on to the other metal.
So you're not making anything in school?
No.
You're just like
We're
trying
putting
the different...
pieces together, getting the motions of it down.
That makes sense to with what you were saying, that they just show you how to do it, but not exactly like what to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you need a crane or a forklift.
Yeah. For my job, you need to be forklift certified.
Do they teach you?
It?
Like,
Yeah,
do they have courses for you?
Yeah. So I did get certified, but I just prefer not to. It's kind of freaky. But then again, my coworker, the old guy, I'll talk about him for a second. I prefer that he does not either, because he will run into things. He ran into the pole, like the big pole that's the support beam that's holding up the building. He ran into it.
Did it bend?
And no, I think just like a little scratch, not a scratch, just like I don't really know what happened to it. But they put a protective covering over it
That's good.
because of that. But he always like runs over metal and stuff, and I'm just like, whenever he's on it, you just kind of.
How big are these mixers that you're working with? Like, how many feet high would you say?
High. I don't know, actually, because I don't really put them together. Mm-hmm. The assembly guys sometimes work on it outside, and it's like
it's that big,
pretty big.
So then they're putting the company, the seasoning company, they're making a blender mixer this big, and they're just putting all the seasonings in it.
Yeah, industrial size.
What do you need a blender that big for? That is so crazy.
And just ship it out.
Yeah, but why can't you just make it in smaller ones?
You think of like
so that's so bad.
You think of the big companies. How you need like
they
to
have
make
thousands
products
of
yeah, but I feel like that's extra.
No, that's the point.
I don't
it's a
know.
company. It's
How many do they need that you like just have constant work to do?
Our machines are pretty expensive. I was surprised by how expensive.
Yeah, like if you're like just making them over and over again.
Yeah. But
Seasoning company.
I don't know how many. I'm not really into that side of the business where like.
Yeah. You don't know all the finances?
No, I don't. I just weld.
You don't know what you sold in the last year? Like, you don't know that?
I thought you knew the finances and was going to give me a price breakdown of
Oh.
everything. That's why
My
I
bad.
asked you to be here, but it's okay.
Do you want to buy one? I'll get you in contact with my boss.
I don't think I need a mixer that won't fit inside of my house. But if you make anything smaller...
Some of them actually aren't that big. I would say...
Could they fit
maybe
in
like,
this room?
Yeah, up to the ceiling. That big.
If I put it in my living room, it has like vaulted ceiling, so it would fit. But do
There you
I
go.
need that much seasoning?
It might...
Maybe. You never know.
Do I also want to start making my own seasoning? Because that's what I would
That's
be
a better
doing.
question. You could do that.
and sell it on the side.
True.
But,
I think you found a business here.
they get quite pricey.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need to make money first to be able to afford the mixer.
True.
Yeah. I'll let you know if I'm interested.
Start off small.
Yeah.
And then, like, once you get enough profit,
Then grow.
work
That's
up.
true. That's true. Let me think of my flavor, my seasoning first, and then I'll try it out in small batches, and then
Perfect.
we'll go from there. So, what would you say your favorite part of your job is?
I would say what separates it from, like, other welding companies isn't necessarily the work, but, like, the people there. They're just so...
Your 43-year-old.
They're just so fun to be around. Yes, my 43-year-old bestie.
Brandon, what's your favorite part of school? Or what is your favorite part that you're looking forward to when you become a welder?
I'm not looking forward to getting paid.
How did I know that was going to be your answer?
Yes. That is what I'm looking forward to most. But school is fun because it's just fun to weld, kind of. I don't know.
Do you have a favorite technique or kind of welding?
Pipe welding.
What is that?
Welding pipe.
Well, yeah, but like, is it with
In the
TIG
5G position.
or
It's not with stick. With stick.
stig? And we didn't explain stig. What's stig?
Stick?
Stig.
It's stick.
Oh, stig.
That makes sense because it's like big TIG stick.
That's what I was thinking.
does.
Stick, like a stick from outside.
Stick
from
from
a street.
outside.
it's a little
What is
stick.
stick?
That's like the 6010, 7018 rods that just melt the metal on top of the metal.
To like fill in a hole?
Yeah.
That's your favorite.
Yes, it's filling in a pipe, yes.
So what appliance or what piece of metal would you make with that?
Pipe, like pipe fitting.
Yeah, but so like in a house?
Yes. Or in a building.
How lame.
A school,
That's your
anything.
favorite? Just pipes?
Fitting in
You
pipes.
could be making blenders, mixers over here, and you want to make pipes.
Yeah. Work
So
on an
is
oil
that
line.
like if someone's like pipe burst, you go to their house and you fill in the hole?
I mean, I guess yes. But something would be like a pipeline would be I would be looking at. This would be a lot bigger.
Yeah, like
More open
underground.
field. Yes. They're not all underground, but yeah.
I don't see pipes anywhere because they're all underground. Where have you just seen pipes?
But you make them above ground. and then you put them in ground.
I thought you go under.
So you make the pipes above ground,
We
and then
would
other people.
pick it up from where we put it.
With the
and then
crane.
they Put it in.
With the crane. Yeah,
Yes.
hopefully their crane works.
Okay, so like those pipes that you see on the back of like trucks that you never want to ride behind. You know how when you see trucks on the road, you never want to get behind the ones with pipes on them or like trees and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because then they'll fall off and break your car.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Like those
terrifying.
pipes.
Yeah, those pipes.
Okay. But you don't want to be the one to put them in the ground.
No, I just want to weld them.
Okay. Fair enough. What's your least favorite part?
Personally, for me, the sexism.
Tasha, this is supposed to be a fun, lighthearted thing.
That's my least favorite.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Because this is educational. So,
This is, yeah.
there's sexist people there.
Yes, there are. Especially the old men. My supervisor once said to me, I don't like giving you projects. And I said, what? Why? And he said, oh, you know why. I was like,
No
And
way.
he's like, I just have the mindset from the Stone Ages.
How old is he?
Like my dad's age, 60.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I really appreciate that, dude. And he said, you're welcome.
Did you file something against him?
No, I didn't.
should've.
Because I don't know what that would have done.
Hopefully, would have got him fired.
Yeah.
How many ladies work there?
There's 2, 3 in the office. I'm the only one in the shop.
That's crazy. We need more female welders out there.
We do.
There's good money, girls. Good money out there.
And what many people have told me, like welding teachers have said, that female welders are the best welders because they pay attention to details. Like, especially like with TIG, we're known to like be better at it almost.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe
Because
it.
it's like the attention to detail because it's so like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I get it.
Well, like I know him. He don't pay attention to nothing. So if I had to pick between you two, yeah, you pay more attention to detail. What's your favorite? Nope, not your favorite. What's your least favorite part of school, or what you're looking forward to the job?
I don't know. I don't like fitting up pieces. That's what I know. But I don't know. Probably TIG, because I don't like. It's too.
You don't like paying attention to
No.
detail?
It's too. Every little movement you see, it's very clean.
It is very
It's very clean.
And you're just not that.
No, it's too clean. Like,
You're not-
every little thing you
He's a dirty
see.
boy.
It'd be easier if I could clean it.
It would be easier if you could clean it.
If I could clean it, yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know, because like with stick, if you clean it off, you can just. It's easier to fix it. Kind of.
I thought anything that you would do would be like permanent. What do you mean, like clean it off? Like you take like a
Like you can
washcloth?
grind it off. Yeah, we get a washcloth. That's what we do. We get a washcloth. So we just wipe it
Some
down.
water.
You like clean it. Like you
Press it down,
just
get a bottle of water, spray it down.
What did you say? You get what to do
A
it?
grinder, like
Oh, okay.
no grinder. You just grind it away.
I'm like, you're saying clean, so water and a paper towel, and that makes it separated. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, your least favorite part is TIG.
Yes.
Do you think that's used a lot in, like, since you've been in the industry, you have,
Yeah.
like, a job in it? Is that one of the most common one used?
I would say most common is MIG.
Okay. You like that one.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, your favorite is stick.
Yeah.
Okay. But MIG is the most common, and that one can be messy. You don't see it as dirty as the other.
No,
as
it's not.
TIG.
MIG.
I mean, it's all right. It's not. It's a little bit, but it's not as bad. I'd say.
Have you done hardwire MIG?
Not yet.
So MIG, there's like a few different types of wire. So there's hardwire and there's flux core. Flux core is like stick where it's like dirty and it has a coating on top that you gotta chip away. Hardwire is more like TIG where it's like clean. And it's like you don't need to chip anything away and it's just like
That makes sense. So that one is, once it's there, it's there. TIG.
I mean that all of them you can grind away and redo it if like need be.
Does it matter what it looks like?
Yes.
Like if you're putting in pipes that are going to go on the ground.
Yeah, because you can't have any leaks or anything. Nothing can get through.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
like,
as
there's a
long
lot
as
of
you
pressure
like
that goes
weld
through
it
pipes.
good. Like if it's like,
You weld it correctly, you're fine. Yeah.
but it can
Like,
look ugly.
I mean,
'cause it's in
yes
the
and
ground.
no. Most of the time, it won't look ugly because it has to pass like a certain amount of checks and has to be able to do a certain amount of things if it's a good weld.
Okay, so that's your least favorite is TIG.
Yes.
Because you don't want it to have to look nice. What is an uncommon fact about the welding industry? Like, what's something you guys don't think a lot of people know?
I don't know. What do you got?
That's a good question.
Don't
I
you
have
guys?
not
I showed
thought
you
of
both the
that.
questions before.
I did not look at that one.
I skipped that one.
Like, I don't know. I can't even give an example.
What was the question?
What's an uncommon fact about the welding industry? Or just like being a welder?
I don't know. It's just dangerous, kind of. It's dangerous in unexpected ways.
Like what?
I don't know. Like, it's very easy to make a mistake and do something wrong. Like, you can be like using a torch and have like something, like running something too hot and it'll blow right through, and you can like burn yourself because of that. Or you can touch a hot piece, with something you don't know is hot, something like that. I don't know. Stuff like that. Like, I've burned my hand many times touching metal that I didn't think was hot.
How long does it take to cool off?
Like, a long time. Like, 10, 15 minutes, depending on what you were
so
running it on.
you welded it, and then how soon after did you go?
No, it wasn't even that. There was like a table. There's table pieces that are done, so I went and picked it up thinking I could weld on it, and it burned my hands because it was hot. Someone else had just dropped it there.
Did you pick it up with gloves?
No. That was the point.
No, of course not.
Okay. Cool.
Use gloves.
That's my next question. What's a recommendation you have? Well, the recommendation was for someone who wants to go into welding, but I guess if you're a welder and you need a recommendation, wear gloves.
I would say just cover your skin.
So what recommendations do you guys have for someone who wants to go into welding?
What recommendation or like advice?
Yeah, advice.
If you're ready to get burned, it's hot.
That's not advice.
You're
Kinda
gonna
is.
get hurt.
Be prepared to get hurt when you get to this field.
Wear flame resistant clothing.
Okay. Were there certain like things? So with your schooling, was there a certain thing about your school that like made you want to go there?
I just won a welding competition and then got a half off scholarship.
Oh.
So that's why I went.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything about your school that made it stick out?
There wasn't going to be a lot of classroom time. It was always just a lot of hands-on.
So you liked how it was hands-on?
Yeah.
Not a fan of classrooms?
Yep.
Okay.
We had a guy on our first day. We were talking about a paper. We had to write one paper throughout the whole year. We had to write one paper at the beginning of the year. And the guy was introduced on the first day. He told us we had to write a paper. He left for lunch and never came back.
For the one paper. He said, not for me.
He said, I'm not doing a paper. Never came back. Did not see that man ever again. He paid some type of money to get there. Heard there was a paper and did not come back. He could have waited one more day and we would have been welding.
No, he did not want to write that one paper. It was not for him. I hope that he finds a career where he doesn't need to do any kind of paperwork at all. Like,
Oh, man. It was crazy. Did not see that one coming. It's not like it was on a hard paper too. Like it was like a 1-page paper. It had to be like maybe 200 words, 300 words. Like
that's a paragraph. That's not even a paper.
It was nothing hard.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
What is one thing? I guess I'll ask this question, Natasha. What is one thing in your career that you are glad that has happened?
I met my work bestie. Because
You're obsessed with this 43-year-old man.
I'm not obsessed. Because he's taught me so much. He was the first person that trained me when I went there, and I kept messing everything up. And he was like, how are you gonna learn if you don't mess up and fix your mistake? And then you gotta grind everything out. It sucks, but at least you'll learn, like, don't do that again.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah, and most people, like, say I would be paired with the old guy that's retiring. Hopefully, not soon enough, but is retiring soon. He screams. The new guy that came to our company went with him, and he yells at him every time he messes up. So I'm glad I was just, like, stuck with him, my work bestie, because he's just like, it's okay. You know, just grind it out. It's extra work, but you can fix it. Like, welding, you can fix basically anything unless you, like, distort, like, fuck up the piece and, like, cut it in half. If you cut it in half, you can mold it back together and grind it, and it's one piece again.
True.
You can always fix anything you do.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I think that's the nice thing about when you start a new job when you have people who don't make you feel bad for making mistakes like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll say that's a valid answer.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is there something you would have done differently, like in your career path?
No. Mostly because I can't think of a different way that it would have gone.
Okay. You're still like early in it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you haven't even started your career, so you don't have any regrets right now, I'm assuming. Hopefully not.
No, fine.
Okay.
Still waiting for money.
Are you happy with the school that you chose?
Yeah, it's a decent school.
Good. I have one last thing for you guys, and it's fun. Let me pull it up. You guys can chit-chat among yourselves if you want.
Do you have any certifications? Are you like 6G certified or anything?
I don't have any certifications. My school was like, we were able to get a certification, but then the certification thing at my school was like, they lost it. So we couldn't get certified in anything. But for my job, I don't need any certifications.
That's good.
But if you want to be a pipe fitter,
Yeah, I need a 6G pipe.
yeah, you need a cert for that.
Yeah. Because then that'll make it easier to get in pipe fitters.
Yeah.
Or the Boilermakers. I want to go to the Boilermakers over the pipe
Boilermakers
fitters.
are cool, yeah.
They had the guy come in and talk to us. He makes it sound really boring.
Did he?
Yeah. They come in, and they'd be like, you got to show up 2 hours earlier. You got to show up, be ready at all times. Always have everything ready. But they said, like, when you first start, they'll train you to get, like, all the certifications that you need. Because you need to be able to do, like, 3 X-ray, like, passes. Tests
Yeah.
like that. That's crazy. I can never do that.
That is. You'll work up to it. I don't think I could do that.
That's crazy.
Okay, I'm ready. We're doing flashcards.
What?
Okay?
What do you even have a flash on
Something she
flashcard?
found on
Yeah,
online.
I'm on Quizlet.
Welding flashcards.
She Googled welding.
I did. We're on the Quizlet called Welding. So, should we make it like a competition, or do you guys just want to take turns?
Either way.
We'll make it a competition.
Okay. So, we'll see. I don't want to do like a hit the table because I don't want it to be too loud. So, we'll do like raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Name 3 principal types of welding.
TIG, stick, MIG.
No.
Then what are you
Principal?
asking? What are you asking?
Name 3 principal types of welding.
That's all you. I'm out.
Pipes?
You guys don't know?
No, I guess. That was my guess.
Gas, electric,
What?
and electric resistance.
Okay.
I
That's
know. I
not
would
it?
not have guessed that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's
That one
okay.
won't count.
I didn't learn that in school.
Okay. What
that
are
one?
some advantages of gas-shielded arc welding?
That's all you.
You guys don't know these?
What is that Meg? Right?
No. You
Gas
said
shielded arc
Oh,
welding.
What
yeah.
are some advantages of gas-shielded arc welding?
Advantages. Quick and easy.
it's
No.
clean.
Wait, is that TIG?
I don't know.
Wait, no, TIG starts with the T.
Yeah,
Tungsten.
Tungsten arc welding. I thought that's what
Yeah.
TIG was.
And stick is SMAW. So
Shield metal arc welding.
this is MIG.
The weld is stronger, more ductile, and more corrosion resistant.
I remember reading that in a book, actually. All right.
I think I remember that too.
Okay, you guys
It
are
looks
0
right.
for 5 right now. Which method of welding is less likely to cause buckling or warping of thin metal sheets?
TIG.
You're right. 1, 0.
All right.
We'll do first person to 3. Okay. Although the Quizlet is only free up to a certain amount of questions. We'll see what happens. What is the purpose of shielding an arc weld with an inert gas?
To protect the weld from cracking and other dusts. That's just the flux coating, isn't it?
Are you asking me?
You have the answer, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do. That's not what it says.
Uh-oh.
It says, do you want to take a guess?
What was the question?
What is the purpose of shielding an arc weld with an inert gas?
Oh. I don't recall.
The gas prevents atmospheric oxygen and or nitrogen from contaminating the weld. Is that what you said?
Kind of.
Should we give it to him?
Yeah.
1-1.
I think that's pretty good.
What is a common method of controlling expansion when welding a joint?
What?
What is a common method of controlling expansion when welding a joint?
Oh, letting the piece cool in between passes.
Oh my goodness. You guys are bad at this.
That's a dumb answer. I don't know.
Do you want to go?
No.
You place tack welds along the length of the joint.
Oh.
I was close. I was thinking about that.
You said I don't know. You were not
I
close.
was thinking that.
Okay, we'll just do one more. First person to 2. What is the effect of inadequate penetration on a weld?
What is the effect?
What is the effect? What will happen?
It's
It's gonna build up on top, or it's
just not as
it's not
durable, not as strong.
Yeah. Yeah, the weld will be weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won!
Look at that.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Really good. I
That
only
was a
had
hard one.
I had like 3 questions left. I was weird there for a minute. Yeah. You guys do not know welding terms.
No.
You know, we just weld. We don't do bookwork.
I guess that's true, but I feel like you should have known some of
We
this.
didn't go to actual school for a reason. We went to trade school.
Yes. There's a difference.
I guess that is true. You guys do not like classroom work.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if this Quizlet is better. What is... No, it's not. We won't even get into this. Okay. Well, let me just look at my questions list to make sure I didn't miss any. Do you guys have anything else you want to say while I have you guys on that you want to share about welding or welding school or just about the welding industry?
No. Good money, hopefully.
I mean, she's making good money, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say there's a lot of older people in the field, so
And they're sexist.
they are sexist. But you gotta be ready to just listen. Most of them just talk, but they're knowledgeable and they know a lot. Although some may act like they know everything, but they do know a lot. So it's important to just listen and stuff like that.
When you were training, did they make you watch training videos, or it was they just threw you in? Well, I guess you're still being trained.
Yeah.
And it's
I didn't really
shadowing.
watch training videos. I did watch a sexual harassment video. That's the only training video I watched. But my supervisor made a comment. I forgot the comment, but it was stupid. Oh, don't report me. Got a comment.
Man.
I was like, the fuck? No, we just watched the video first.
I think you should file something on him, but you do you.
Better watch out for that one.
No, for real.
He doesn't do anything. He just makes jokes, but he's annoying.
Yeah, watch out for that. You can file something if you wanted to. Yeah.
He hasn't really done anything. He's gotten better. Okay, he actually gives me projects now. He said it takes time for him to warm up to me, and he has. He gives me welding projects, so...
He could have said that a different way, though.
Yeah, he could have. He could have.
At first. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming on. I really
Thank you for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Thanks for having me.
You guys, yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Young or Dumb. I hope you enjoyed the subject and learned something new. Stick around and listen to another episode after you subscribe. And remember, be happy and be chill.